Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency, a heartbreaking news is coming on your home. The one who hurt you is. Open it quickly." God says, Archangel Michael is standing with trembling wings because the heavens are crying out with urgency. It is not a small matter, not something to ignore, not something to scroll past as if it was a simple whisper. This is a divine alarm bell, a sacred trumpet sounding in the middle of your day. Archangel Michael says, "It's an emergency, a heartbreaking news is on its way toward your home, and the heavens are desperate for you to open your eyes, your heart, and your soul to this message before it arrives. The one who hurt you, the one who wounded you in silence, the one who carried betrayal in their hands while smiling in your face, is being revealed, and God says you cannot ignore this revelation. You must open quickly, you must receive quickly, you must not allow delay, because every second matters in the unfolding of this heavenly warning. God says you have endured storms that were never yours to carry, you have swallowed tears that you never deserved to cry, and yet you stood firm, believing that God was still writing a story of redemption for you. And yes, He was, and yes, He still is. But now, in this moment, God is pulling back the veil, exposing the hidden hands that were against you, showing you what was hidden behind the shadows. This is not to harm you, not to destroy your heart again, but to make you stronger, to protect you from the heartbreak that could be worse if you remain blind. God says the heartbreaking news is not the end of you, but the unveiling of the truth that sets you free. Archangel Michael cries because he sees how much you wanted to trust, how much you wanted to believe, how much love you poured where there was no return. But God says, "Child, your love has never been wasted, because every tear you shed has been gathered, every pain you carried has been recorded, and every heartbreak you endured has been transformed into a heavenly testimony that will one day shine like gold." But first, God says, the one who hurt you is about to be revealed. The heavens cannot keep silent anymore. For too long, you walked with unanswered questions. For too long, you wondered why doors closed, why people turned, why betrayal pierced your heart when all you gave was kindness. Now God says, the scroll is unrolling, the book is opening, and the truth is coming like lightning across the sky. It will shock you, it may sting, it may feel like another heartbreak in the beginning, but God says, do not be afraid, for this heartbreak will not break you, it will break the chains around you. This heartbreak is the revelation of who was never meant to hold your trust. Archangel Michael speaks with urgency. He says, do not skip this. Do not ignore this. The news that is coming is already walking toward your home. It is already written in the heavenly schedule, and you must prepare yourself in prayer, in faith, in trust. If you prepare your heart now, the blow will not destroy you, it will strengthen you. If you stand with God now, you will see that what looks like heartbreak will become deliverance. God says you are safe, but you must not treat lightly what heaven is urgently shouting to you. Child, you have often doubted whether heaven speaks to you directly. You have thought, maybe it's my imagination, maybe it's just coincidence, maybe I am not worthy to hear the voice of God. But God says, you are worthy, you are chosen, you are seen. The reason this message is pressing on your spirit so loudly is because heaven refuses to let you walk into this news unprepared. God loves you too much to stay silent while heartbreak approaches. That is why Archangel Michael is speaking with tears in his eyes, saying, "It's an emergency, open quickly." The one who hurt you, the one you gave your trust to, the one you thought was safe, God says that person is being exposed. And when you see it, your heart may ache, your spirit may tremble, but your soul will finally breathe freely because you will realize the chains are breaking. You will see that you are not abandoned, you are not forgotten, you are not cursed. You are protected, you are defended, you are loved fiercely by heaven. God says the heartbreaking news is not meant to crush you, but to awaken you. Archangel Michael stands ready to guard your home, ready to shield your heart, ready to remind you that you are never alone. He says, I have fought battles for you in realms you could not see. I have stood with my sword drawn against forces that wanted to destroy you. And now, I am standing here, warning you, because this news that comes is not to harm you, but to lift the veil. You must not ignore me. This is the voice of heaven crying out for you to prepare. God says, child, you have been praying for answers. You have asked why people betray, why promises are broken, why those you trusted turned their backs. You have asked, God, please show me the truth. And now heaven answers, but the answer comes in a form that may feel heavy at first. The one who hurt you is revealed, not to make you bleed again, but to stop the bleeding that has gone on too long. The heartbreak you will hear is the heartbreak that closes a chapter so that a new one can open. Do not fear the news, for God goes before you into it. Do not fear the heartbreak, for God has already prepared your healing. Do not fear the revelation, for what is being revealed is not meant to destroy you but to deliver you. God says, when you open this news, you will cry at first, but soon your tears will turn into relief, into freedom, into gratitude. Because finally, the lies will end. Finally, the hidden will be exposed. Finally, the chains will be broken. Archangel Michael says, time is short. It is already moving. The message cannot wait. Open quickly, because the heartbreak is not the end, it is the key to your beginning. Trust heaven, trust God, trust that we stand with you. Do not let fear blind you. Do not let doubt silence you. This is your moment to be free. God says, child, you are covered. You are not walking into this news alone. Heaven surrounds you, the angels encamp around your home, Archangel Michael is by your side, and God Himself is holding your heart in His hands. He says, I will not let this heartbreak destroy you. I will use it to lift you. I will use it to strengthen you. I will use it to bring you into the destiny I have written for you. The one who hurt you thought they could hide forever, but God says no one hides from the eyes of heaven. The one who hurt you thought they could silence the truth, but God says truth always rises. The one who hurt you thought their betrayal would keep you bound, but God says, I am breaking the chains today. So open, child. Open your heart. Open your spirit. Open to this message, because it is not a warning of destruction, it is a promise of deliverance. The heartbreaking news is not your end. It is the unveiling of the truth that sets you free. Trust God. Pray deeply. Hold on to faith. For heaven is shouting, Archangel Michael is warning, and God is promising, you are safe, you are covered, you are about to be delivered. God says, Archangel Michael says it is an emergency, and I must whisper into your heart before the storm reaches your home. A heartbreaking news is already moving toward you, and you cannot afford to ignore this any longer. The one who hurt you is being revealed. What was hidden will no longer stay hidden. Heaven has opened a seal tonight, and the truth is pouring out like a flood that cannot be stopped. I see how much you have carried in silence, how many nights you have cried without words, and how many times you told yourself you would endure just a little longer. But God says, you cannot continue to walk with a blindfold when I am sending you light. Open this message quickly, because this is not just words, it is the divine rescue you have been crying for in silence. The news that is about to arrive at your home will shake you, because it is connected to the person who wounded your spirit, the one who smiled in your face but cut you behind your back. For so long, you questioned why they did it, why they envied you, why they betrayed the trust you so freely gave. And heaven says, you were never wrong to trust, because your heart was pure, but they were wrong to betray. Archangel Michael says, it is an emergency, because the moment of their exposure is here, and once the door opens, everything they did in secret will be dragged into the light. The pain you felt was not wasted, because heaven has been recording every tear, every sigh, every unanswered prayer that left your lips. And God says, I am now answering you, but the answer will first shake you before it comforts you. There is news moving swiftly, carried by voices and hands, and it is coming to your doorstep. You may not even be ready to hear it, but it is unavoidable, because when heaven chooses a moment, nothing on earth can delay it. The one who hurt you believed they would never be caught, that their lies would stay hidden under layers of manipulation. But God says, the web they wove is about to entangle them, and the very trap they set for you is snapping back on their feet. Do not fear this moment. Do not tremble. The heartbreak is not for your destruction, but for your release. It will sting, but the sting will be followed by freedom. It will hurt, but the hurt will be the final cut that severs you from their chains. Archangel Michael has been circling your home, placing a shield around you, because when the news arrives, the spirit of heaviness will try to sit on your shoulders. Michael says, "Do not let it, because your strength is not in yourself but in the one who holds you." The person who hurt you believed they were powerful, but they were only borrowing borrowed time. God gave them mercy to change, but instead of repentance, they chose arrogance. Instead of confession, they chose to cover up. Instead of apology, they chose more injury. But the hour has run out, and heaven has sounded the trumpet of exposure. God says, "The heartbreak that is coming is not to punish you but to free you." For too long you have asked, "Why does it feel like I am carrying a secret I don't understand? Why does my spirit sense something that my eyes cannot see?" And the answer is because heaven was waiting for this exact moment to reveal. Sometimes revelation must come when your heart is strong enough to handle it. And God says, "You are stronger now than you realize. You are ready to see what was hidden. You are ready to hear what was kept from you. You are ready to confront the one who hurt you not with anger but with truth." Michael says, "The enemy tried to make this revelation arrive at the wrong time, to destroy you when you were weak. But God delayed it so that now, when the news comes, you will not collapse, you will rise. You will not be destroyed, you will be delivered. The heartbreak will not chain you, it will break the last invisible rope tying you to their falsehood. Do not fear. You will not be alone in the moment you hear. Heaven will stand beside you. The angels will sit near you. And God Himself will whisper peace into your ear. The one who hurt you thought they escaped. They thought their name would never be mentioned. But God says, "Enough." Their actions will be brought before witnesses, and the very people who once believed their lies will now see their shame. You prayed, asking, "God, do you see what they are doing? Do you see how they treat me when no one else is watching?" And God says, "I saw it all. I recorded it all. I felt every bruise upon your soul. And though it seemed I was silent, I was waiting for the perfect hour. That hour is now." Archangel Michael warns that when the news enters your home, the air may feel heavy, but do not let despair take root. Breathe deeply and remember, this is the sound of chains breaking. This is the noise of freedom being born. The heartbreak is not the end of your story but the turning of a chapter. God says, "I have watched you walk through valleys, through shadows, through nights that seemed endless, and I have counted each tear. Do you not know that not one tear has been wasted? Each one was stored in my hands, and each one watered the ground for your future harvest." The one who hurt you underestimated you. They thought you were fragile, but your spirit has been tempered like steel. They thought you would collapse, but instead, you grew stronger in the secret place. They thought you would beg for their approval, but heaven was teaching you to stand without them. This heartbreak is not your ruin, it is your release. Michael says it again, emergency. Emergency not because you are in danger, but because heaven has scheduled your liberation and there is no more time to delay. God says, when the message arrives, do not waste your strength on anger. Instead, lift your eyes to me. Say, Lord, I receive the truth, and I trust you with my healing. Because your healing will be swift. Your breakthrough will be sudden. The same God who allows you to hear the truth will also guard your heart so that bitterness does not take root. The one who hurt you wanted to crush your spirit, but instead, their betrayal will become the stage for your elevation. You will soon see how heaven works all things together for your good. You will soon realize why the delay happened, why it took this long, why the heartbreak is only now arriving. Because the timing is perfect. Because your heart has matured. Because your spirit has been trained. Because the season has shifted. God says, no one will ever be able to say that you were destroyed by betrayal. Instead, they will testify that you were refined by fire but came out shining brighter than gold. The person who hurt you cannot outrun divine justice. Their secrets will be spoken. Their face will be revealed. And though it may sting, do not cling to sorrow, because sorrow is not your portion. Joy is. Freedom is. Peace is. The emergency is not to hurt you but to protect you, because what was hidden too long would have poisoned your spirit if it remained in silence. God says, better to feel the sting now and be healed forever than to remain blind and bound for years more. So prepare yourself. Strengthen your heart. Pray in whispers or in silence, but let your soul be ready. The news is coming, but so is your deliverance. The one who hurt you will no longer have power. The heartbreak will pass, and what will remain is your strength, your freedom, and your unshakable bond with heaven. God says, I am with you. I will not leave you. I will not let this news drown you. I will use it to lift you. And when the dust settles, you will stand stronger than ever, and those who once doubted you will see the glory of God upon your life. God says, this urgent message is only for you, and you must not take it lightly. Archangel Michael says it is an emergency, because a heartbreaking news is already approaching your home. You may not see it yet, you may not even sense the depth of it right now, but it has already been written in the spiritual realm. The one who hurt you, the one who secretly tried to crush your spirit, the one who thought you would never discover their hidden hand against you, this is the same one now exposed by the light of God. Do not be afraid, for God says He will be with you, and nothing will go wrong with you as long as you put your trust fully in Him. You have carried pain in silence, wondering why certain doors closed, why certain relationships broke apart, why certain people you loved suddenly turned against you without reason. Heaven wants you to know it was not because you were unworthy, not because you were unloved, not because you were forgotten, but because darkness tried to cover your destiny. The very person who smiled in your face yet cut you behind your back will soon be revealed to you. Archangel Michael says you must be prepared, because the truth will sting like fire, but the fire will not consume you, it will purify you. God has been watching over you in every single moment. Even the nights when you cried and thought no one saw your tears, the heavens were watching. Every tear you shed became a prayer, even when you didn't have the words. You wondered why the battle was so long, why the betrayals kept coming, why the people you trusted kept showing you their other face. The answer is clear now. The enemy wanted to break you before your blessing arrived. But you need to know this: the very moment you felt weakest, you were being made strongest. The very hour you felt abandoned, you were most surrounded by angels. And the very person who caused your deepest wound will be the same reason God lifts you higher, because what they intended for evil, God will turn for your good. Archangel Michael says he has been standing guard over you. You may not have seen him, but his presence has been around you in your darkest hours. When accidents almost happened but didn't, when sickness almost overtook you but healing found you, when depression almost drowned you but hope suddenly came, these were not coincidences. These were divine protections. Heaven never left you. God says even though the heartbreaking news will come to your house, you will not be destroyed by it. Instead, it will open your eyes, it will cleanse your space, it will separate the true from the false, and it will lead you into a season where no one will ever be able to lie to you again. The one who hurt you thought they succeeded. They believed you were too blind to ever know the truth. They believed they could cover their tracks with charm, with manipulation, with false appearances. But they underestimated the Spirit of God that lives within you. They underestimated the warrior angels that stand around you. And now the clock of heaven has struck. This is the appointed time for exposure. That is why Michael says this is an emergency, because the truth must reach you before the liar reaches you again. You may feel fear as you hear this, but God says, "Fear not, for I am with you." He is wrapping you in His light right now. Even as this message enters your heart, you are being strengthened. You are not a victim, you are chosen. You are not abandoned, you are divinely protected. What is about to happen may seem painful, but afterward you will see it was the very key to your freedom. God says you have a destiny too big to stay bound by betrayal. Your life is too precious to be chained to the lies of those who never truly loved you. The heartbreaking news is not to destroy you, it is to release you. Because once you see who truly hurt you, you will stop wasting your energy on the wrong people and start focusing on the blessings heaven has aligned for you. Do you remember the moments when your spirit felt uneasy around certain people, yet you ignored it because you loved them? That uneasiness was heaven whispering. Do you remember the sudden dreams you had, the flashes of strange images, the sense of being watched? That was your spirit trying to tell you that deception was nearby. You didn't want to believe it, because your heart is pure, but God says now you must believe what He reveals, not what people show. This news will break something inside of you, but only so God can rebuild you stronger. Imagine a house with cracks in the foundation. If you keep painting the walls and hiding the cracks, one day the whole house will collapse. But if you tear down the damaged parts and rebuild them, the house will stand forever. That is what God is doing with you. He is allowing what is false to fall away so that what is true can remain. Archangel Michael is not only warning you, he is fighting for you. Even right now, swords are drawn in the spirit realm. Chains that held you are breaking. The dark energy sent against you is being reversed. The lies spoken about you are being silenced. And the heartbreak that comes to your house will actually be the last step before your great breakthrough. God says, you are safe. You may not feel safe because of how intense everything feels, but your spirit is already surrounded by divine light. You are safe in your sleep, safe in your waking, safe in your going out, safe in your coming in. Even when betrayal sits at your table, God says He will prepare a feast before your enemies and they will not be able to touch you. You must pray now. Speak from your heart. Do not worry about perfect words. Say what you feel, cry if you need to, release the heaviness in your chest. As you pray, Michael will carry your words to the throne of God. As you pray, chains will keep breaking. As you pray, strength will enter you. Do not delay. Do not ignore. For God says this is your appointed time to know the truth and be freed from every hidden hand against you. Soon, the one who hurt you will no longer be able to hide. You will see their actions revealed. You will hear words that confirm what your spirit already suspected. And though it will hurt, you will also feel peace because finally you will understand why things happened the way they did. Finally, you will see the full picture. Finally, you will be able to walk forward without carrying a shadow of doubt. God says you will rise from this. You will not be destroyed. You will not be broken beyond repair. You will rise, shining brighter, walking lighter, loving wiser. This is not your ending, it is your turning point. Trust Him. Hold on to His hand. The heartbreaking news is not your defeat, it is your release. God says this message is being sent to you with urgency, with love, and with divine seriousness. Archangel Michael has pressed this into your spirit because the time is delicate, the moment is sharp, and something you need to know cannot wait another second. Heaven is leaning in, and the angels are whispering that you must not dismiss what you are hearing right now. You may feel the weight in your chest, the trembling in your heart, because the truth that is coming is not only about your protection, it is also about your healing and your freedom. Archangel Michael says it is an emergency, because something has already been set in motion, and if you delay, the heartbreak will come closer. God says that the heartbreaking news is already on its way to your home, and it is connected to the one who has hurt you, the one you trusted once but who has carried the weight of betrayal. You may not even understand why tears come to your eyes as you read this, but the Spirit knows. The Spirit within you recognizes the vibration of this truth. The angels say that the one who caused you pain, the one who secretly celebrated your struggles, the one who smiled at you yet whispered against you, is about to face the unraveling of what they tried to keep hidden. They thought their actions would stay concealed, but the heavens do not leave lies unexposed forever. God says you are His child, and when His child is wounded, He sees it all. He hears your prayers at night, the ones no one else hears. He feels the ache in your chest, the heaviness you carry when you look back at all you endured. God says you are safe. You are covered. Even as this message comes with urgency, it comes with reassurance. You are not being warned so that you will fall into fear. You are being warned so you will stand in faith. You are being told this ahead of time so you will not be shaken when the news arrives at your doorstep. The angels say that the heartbreaking news is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to expose what has been hidden so that you will finally be free. Archangel Michael has been battling in the spirit over this situation for a long time. He says the time of revelation is now. This is why you have been feeling restless, why you have been sensing that something is coming, why your heart has been stirred in ways you could not explain. God says the one who hurt you is about to be revealed. Their words, their actions, their schemes, the very plans they thought would bring you down are turning back upon them. And yet, in the revealing, there will also be heartbreak, because truth always cuts deep. You may feel sorrow when you see what unfolds. You may cry because betrayal always leaves its sting. But even in those tears, God will be beside you. The Lord says, "Do not fear. Rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you. What is breaking is not your destiny, it is the false foundation others tried to build around you. What is collapsing is not your hope, it is the mask of the one who tried to hurt you." Archangel Michael says that he has stood by your side like a shield, even when you did not realize it. When danger tried to come near, he blocked it. When dark thoughts tried to consume you, he whispered peace. When you wanted to give up, he stirred courage within you. But now, his voice is louder, because it is an emergency. He says this cannot wait. He says, "Open your eyes now, because the news is already on its way." Heaven is giving you time to prepare your spirit, to strengthen your heart, so that when the truth comes, you will not collapse but will rise stronger. God says you are not alone. The heartbreak may touch your door, but it will not touch your soul. The one who hurt you is being unmasked, but you will not be destroyed by their fall. Instead, you will rise into clarity, into freedom, into new beginnings. You may have thought God was silent when you cried, but this message is proof that He has been watching over every detail. He has been waiting for the right moment to show you what you could not yet see. He has been protecting you from the weight of this truth until you were strong enough to handle it. And now, because you have endured, because you have kept faith, because you did not let the darkness consume you, the revelation is being released. Archangel Michael says, "Be still. Be strong. Do not run from this. Do not fear what is coming. It is coming to set you free. You may feel your heart beating faster, but that is because your spirit knows this is not ordinary. This is divine. The news will shake the surface, but God's hand will steady your life. The enemy's plan was heartbreak without healing, sorrow without hope, but God has already turned it into heartbreak that will lead to your breakthrough. What they meant for evil, God is transforming into the very thing that elevates you. God says to trust Him. He says, "Do not panic when you hear it. Do not collapse when the truth comes. Stand firm and remember I am with you." The Lord says your home will not be ruined, your destiny will not be stolen, your life will not be broken. Instead, your house will become a place of peace again. Your heart will learn what it means to be truly free. The heavens are telling you that what is coming is not the end, it is the unveiling. It is the final act of a story that has carried too much pain for too long. Archangel Michael says you must pray, because prayer is your shield now. Trust God and pray to Him, because prayer will steady your emotions, prayer will keep your heart strong, prayer will surround you in light when the darkness of revelation tries to enter. God says He loves you. That is why He speaks now. That is why the message is urgent. That is why Archangel Michael himself is pressing this into your spirit. You have been chosen, you have been protected, you have been loved too deeply to be left in deception any longer. This truth will set you free. This heartbreak will not destroy you, it will heal you. And through it all, God says, you are safe. You are mine. Nothing will go wrong with you. Trust me. Pray to me. And watch as I turn heartbreak into victory.